Hey guys, Uncle Wayno here. No intro today, just a really quick update before I get into the what solds. I've got some Blu-rays to show you that I've sold, and I've got a bit of information about them too that might help you out. But I haven't done a video for probably over a month now, apart from the one about Hammer. I just had a whole heap of shit go wrong all at once. My mask broke. For those of you who don't know, I have a CPAP machine for sleep apnea, and my mask just broke. I put it on one night and it had a big slit in it, for whatever reason, I don't know, but it wasn't working anyway. So I've been going through the process of trying different masks and trying different settings on my machine. I've got a guy helping me, so I had a lot of days where I've just not been feeling good, when it hasn't worked or whatever. And then on top of that, my computer died, so I had to get a new one, and there was a couple of days process there, because we're in the lockdowns, and I tried to fix my old one, but turns out the motherboard shit itself, so it just wasn't worth fixing. And then my camera shit itself as well, so yeah, things just weren't going great. And even on top of that, my camera somehow has corrupted the USB ports in my laptop, so I should be able to fix that. I just haven't bothered trying to get around to it yet. But and then obviously Hammer passed away last week, so, and let's not sugarcoat it, I'm struggling a fair bit with that. I'm finding it really hard to comprehend that he won't be around anymore. He would follow me around the house all day. Like, he just, everywhere I went, he just wanted to be in the same room with me, right near me. I'd be working in the other room, doing my listings, and he would just come into the room and put his head on my thigh for a pat. I'd give him a pat, and then he'd just sit at my feet. So yeah, it's really hard being in my house at the moment, because that's all I think about. I keep going to do things for him and then realizing he's not there. It's really strange, and I'm kind of in a bit of disbelief at the moment, which is weird. I've had really bad anxiety since he died, which is weird as well, because I didn't have it before he died. But I've had it ever since he died. If you've ever had anxiety, it's really fucking annoying. But anyway, there's probably a few people out there that just think I'm being a sook or whatever, but I'm just one of those people who, I'm an animal person. I'm not I like humans, but I just don't think humans are the best animal on the planet. A lot of humans are incredibly greedy, selfish. A lot of animals are the same way, but in a different way. So, and dogs are probably the one animal that just aren't like that at all. They're just completely 100% loyal, and 100% selfless. And Hammer was certainly that, and did not have a bad bone in his body. If you looked up pure joy in the dictionary, there'd be a photo of Hammer there, because that's all he was. So yeah, I'm finding it really hard, and I don't care about eBay or anything at the moment. I've really tried to move on. I've been trying to move on the last few days and get some work done, but I just don't care, and I just don't want to do it. I don't want to be in my house, but at the same time I don't want to go anywhere. Really annoying. So I'm actually going down to see my best mate Cal today. She's been amazing. Her and Nikki came and hung out with me the day after. Just amazing friends, both of them. Thank you guys. My parents were amazing. I buried him at their house because I'm renting. I don't really want to sort of leave him behind if I move. All my other friends have been amazing. Like, I was so overwhelmed with all the support. I scanned across most of the messages. It's just too hard to read them. Really sorry for not replying saying to most of you, I just couldn't do it. It was just too hard, and I don't really want to go back and look at it either. I might look at a few of them, but yeah, so I just wanted to sort of clear the air on that. So people know, I know people would understand and wouldn't think I'm being a rude prick, but I just, yeah, want to say thank you to everyone for all the support, and all the messages, and yeah, sorry that I haven't replied. Alright, so I'll move on now onto the what solds. I do have a really funny story about Hammer that I'm going to tell at the end of the video, so stick around, because it's pretty funny. I tell this story to everyone. But anyway, we'll move on to the what solds. I think I've got 6 of them here to show you. I didn't pick out the most expensive ones. I picked out 6 that I just thought were worth showing, stuff you can sort of look out for with the Blu-rays. Blu-rays are quite a bit different to DVDs. You know, they were released at a different time. Blu-rays were released, and then not long after that, streaming sort of came into calculations for people. So yeah, a lot of Blu-rays weren't mass-produced. They were mass-produced, but not on the level of DVDs. So there are a lot of movies that you can sell for 15 or 20 bucks on Blu-ray, and you'd struggle to get $3 for them on DVD. It's just the way it is. There's plenty of there's plenty of Blu-rays that were overproduced, mass-produced as well, and they're still not worth anything. So, I mean, if you look up like The Dark Knight or something like that, you'll probably get it for $4. So, but there are plenty of movies that just you would look at and think, yeah, that's not worth it. But in the case of a Blu-ray, it is. So that's what this first one is. That's why I'm showing this one. Only sold for $16.95 RV with Robin Williams. I'm pretty sure if you look this up on DVD, you'd get it for about $3 or $4. I haven't checked, but yeah, just one of those ones where you'd sort of look at it and think not really worth anything, but I got $16.95 for it, and I put mine up way cheaper. Though I think the cheapest one on eBay when I listed it was about 40 or 50 bucks, but there were none sold, and I just thought that was a stupid price, so I chucked mine up for $16.95, and it did sell pretty quickly within a few days. Maybe I did go a little bit cheap on it. Alright, next up here we got this Frankenstein movie collection. There's I think 8 movies in here, I can't remember. 40 bucks. This went super cheap. I think I put it up for $49.95, and I accepted an offer of 40 not long after I listed it, maybe a couple days or something. All these Blu-rays I got for free off 2 friends. I sort of got them for free. I ended up flicking Jeff some money. I mentioned in one of my previous videos that Jeff hooked me up with his collection, and he didn't want anything for it, but I ended up flicking him some money because it was just the right thing to do. So, but I still don't have much into them really. And the other collection I got from my cousin Adam, same thing, he just gave them to me and didn't want anything, but I had a bunch of stuff that that he was keen on, so I just gave it to him. And I do regularly just give him stuff that I find that I think he might like. So we sort of have a deal. It's not even a deal. We never even talked about it. We just randomly give each other stuff. So it's pretty good. So I've got basically nothing into these Blu-rays. So yeah, 40 bucks. The cheapest one on eBay was mine at $49.95, and I accepted the offer of 40. A lot of people get sort of married to their price that they've put up. I will just accept offers. If I've got not much into it, who cares? Just sell it, move it, and then you move on to the next thing. And I also think it does help you with the algorithm. The more you sell, the more it helps you move up the algorithm. And I also think the more offers you send out, the more it will help you move up the algorithm. Like if you're the sort of person that sends out a lot of offers, I'm sure you will know this. You'll send out an offer and then it will sell for full price, and this happens quite regularly. And I think that is because as soon as you send out an offer on an item, eBay bumps it up the algorithm, because they don't want you to sell a $15 item for 10 bucks. They want you to sell it for 15, because then they get more money out of it. So I send out offers on everything, even if I've just listed it every single day. I check offers several times a day, and I send out offers on every single thing I've listed, because it just bumps them back up the algorithm. So, and I also have no problems with letting them go cheaper than they are worth, really. Like, I mean, I got nothing into this, and I got 40 bucks. I've made about $31, $32 after fees and shipping. So it's a pretty good deal, really, anyway. Next up here, I'm going to show these ones together because they're both pretty much exactly the same. We've got a kids pack, a 3-pack, and a Western 3-pack. $24.95 I got for both of them. These actually weren't, the kids one wasn't in the free lots that I got. I got this for $1 from the tip. So I've made about $18, $19 on each of these after fees and shipping. Yeah, the Blu-rays, if you see the 3-packs, just look them up. You're probably going to want to pick them up if they're cheap. Western stuff just goes really well, whether it's DVDs or Blu-ray. It doesn't really matter. Fucking truck here. So yeah, you want to look up the Western stuff, whether it's a DVD or Blu-ray, really. But if it's John Wayne stuff and it's a 3-pack like this, yeah, you're always going to make some money out of it. Next up here, we got Dawn of the Dead, old school Dawn of the Dead, old school horror. This is one of Jeff's. Again, I sold this for cheaper than it was going for. Same story as the other one, really, when it comes to that sort of thing. But yeah, the old school horror, pretty much everyone knows about it. The old school horror VHS go for heaps. But yeah, it can be the same with DVDs and Blu-rays. So 40, I can't remember if it was 40 or 45 for this one. But yeah, pretty good deal out of that one as well. And then last up, this was the killer one. This was one of the ones that I sold for the most. Well, it was the one that I've sold the most. $74.78 or something. I got an offer. I had it up for $99.95. The cheapest one on eBay was about 110 or 115, and that was overseas. And I just thought it was going to be hard to sell for that price. There wasn't a massive sell-through rate on them or anything. So I put it up for $99.95, and I just thought, whatever, I'll take. If I get a couple offers, I'll probably just look at taking them. And you know, the next night I got an offer of $74.78, and it was from a buyer in the US. So I just took it because my postage is to the US is $24, $25 I charge to the US, and it only actually costs $21. And then I get the discount for the MyPost account, so I think it only ends up costing me about 17 bucks or something to send it over there. So I pretty much made, you know, close to the 75 profit anyway, once you add in the shipping and everything that I've charged. So this was an absolute banger. The Mummy, very old school horror, very old school. Yeah, just again, it's one of those ones that it's just hard to get. There weren't many of them made. There wasn't a mass demand for them at the time, and now there's just not many of them around. So if you want it, you have to pay up for it. So that's it, guys. That's it for this one. It actually feels pretty good to get that out of the way. I was sort of dreading making this video, just having to talk about Hammer again. But yeah, it does feel good to get the what solds done. And I was planning on, these sales are from like weeks ago, these Blu-ray sales, because I was planning on doing this video like 3 or 4 weeks ago, but then my friggin' camera and computer shit itself, so I haven't been able to do it. I've got a couple other things planned, videos to do, so I should be able to get stuck into them now that I've got this stuff about Hammer out of the way video wise. So yeah, thanks so much for watching all the way through. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Look after yourself, be kind, and we'll see you on the next one. So yeah, one night I had mates around. This is my favourite story about Hammer. I tell everybody this story, so there's probably a bunch of you have already heard it before, but we'll go again. I had a couple mates around. We were just playing some cards in the shed, as you do. It was late at night. One of my mates had a few drinks. Tones, I know he's watching. And he went outside to take a piss just around the side of the shed, as you do when you're a guy. And as he's taking a piss, Hammer just walks up and pisses on his leg. It was so funny. I just happened to walk out of the shed just after it happened, and he told me, and I just pissed myself laughing. normally you would just be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, but I didn't care. It was just so funny. Hammer just, I mean, a lot of dogs like to mark their territory or whatever, but Hammer was really uncoordinated, and he had this just habit of not wanting to wait until the other person was finished or the other animal was finished. I used to have a little Jack Russell dog, and he pissed on her several times because he went to piss where she was pissing, but she was still pissing. So yeah, it was one of the funniest stories. Well, it is the funniest story I've got of him, I think. I absolutely pissed myself laughing at the time, and Tones actually messaged me after Hammer passed away, and he said, oh, I'm really sorry about Hammer. He was a really good dog, even if he did piss on my leg. And I just replied to him and I said, mate, you almost made me crack a smile. Which, if you saw me at that stage, like, there's no way I was going to crack a smile. So, yeah, it's just a really funny story. So I hope you enjoyed that one. See you guys.